To become a mind flayer while retaining your sense of self would not be a sacrifice. It would be an evolution. Embracing your illithid self may give us the greatest chance of dominating the brain and taking control.
You would not dare! I would. And I will. You will be consumed, and all the power you've lusted after will be mine.
Take the power you are owed, Astarion, whatever the cost. This promises to be an amusing spectacle. Let us see if death can silence Volo at last.
Good. Now descend. You have much to answer for.
An astral projection. It is just like a Devere to avoid facing danger in the flesh. They always were a family of cowards. Killing one's parents can be an important rite of passage. A usurpation of their place in society. Though she does not remember what she has done. The child Shadowheart became a proud woman today. And a strong leader. Neither the Zentarim or the Guild are capable of running this city as they should. Once we have conquered the Absolute, perhaps we can turn our attention to dissolving the criminal elements of Baldur's Gate and replacing them with our own candidates.
You were ordered to retrieve the artifact. You failed to do so.
If I had been given drow warriors instead of goblin trash!
Oi! What?
You scrag! The goblins! They failed me. They failed us all.
You lying little...
And what would you do to those that have failed you?
They are put to death, obviously.
True. Ultimate failure must earn ultimate punishment. Night Warden Minthara, your crime is incompetence, and your sentence is death.
No!
You look well. Are you ready to pursue our enemies? That is your gift to me, and we are bound together until it is done. I hope so too. This bond we share, I believe it is a Lolsreen. If that is so, it will last as long as we do. While Orin lives, I fear we will not last long at all, whether together or apart. We must find her and kill her. Hard to believe she is dead, after all that she did to me. I do not often doubt myself. But surviving Orin took courage and strength I was not sure I had. I could not have faced her without you. Like a dream half realized. Our fight is not done. While the brain is still free, and we are still infected, we will never be safe. But we can talk of this later. For now, let us be glad that we still draw breath, and that Orin does not. We are unstoppable. I feel like we could conquer the hells. We could melt every Steel Watcher down to dross and change nothing. We cannot stop an idea, and we cannot stop progress, and nor should we. Instead, it falls to us to make sure we control the idea and profit from progress.
My mum hasn't come back yet. She might come later. I don't think she's coming. Could we maybe stay here?
I would rather share my camp with goblins again. If you cannot see the appeal of bloodshed and danger, perhaps you should retire from adventuring and farm root vegetables for the rest of your days. I am yours. Come to me. Thank you. Go to their refuge and make your way inside. As a friend. How noble. I prefer to win. On your signal, we break them.
And when they are dead, the Absolute will reward your faith. As will I.
Splinter of ice works its way into your mind.
The way is clear. Now we can cleanse this place completely. Kill everyone.
A glorious day. The Absolute will be pleased.
But there is more to be done. This place is home to druids. Root them out and kill them.
Praise the Absolute. She will reward us well for this exquisite carnage.
The true honor is to serve the Absolute. She loves you fiercely. I see that in the strength she has given you. And she has so much more to give.
There is a bond between us, true soul. I can see what you are, what you want, and you can see what I want.
Through her eyes you see yourself, skin glistening with sweat, hands bound. Ecstasy or terror, maybe both. You feel her breath on your neck, her fingers running down your spine, and then it is over.
I will come to your camp tonight. We will celebrate this victory. Together.
When you tire of their company, come to me. Tonight, you are mine.
As she looks you up and down, her mind touches yours. You feel her hand at your neck, her lips closing around yours.
Are you ready to give yourself to me? Good. I will join you when you go to your bed. You are mine. You are here. Good. Come with me.
Now, lie down. Neither. It is an instruction. Now, silence. Lie down. You learn fast. Your obedience will make this more enjoyable for both of us. Tell me what you want. And you shall have me. I didn't dare hope. I owe you more than my life. But first, let's make these bastards bleed!
It does not compare with the comforts of home, but your camp is almost palatial in comparison to my previous accommodation. We must eradicate them, starting with General Thorm. I mean Ketheric. My deference to him is a habit that will die hard, I fear. I knew you were different to other true souls when we lay together. Now I know it was the prism that silenced the Absolute in those moments, not you. But it was not the prism that held me and touched my mind and body. That was you. For now, we will travel together and fight together. In time, perhaps we will lie together again. Kind words do not always come easily to me.
Her entire being joins with you for a moment, and you see all that she is. Dangerous, cunning, wounded, brutal, paranoid, and utterly loyal to those she trusts. and you have earned that trust, along with a small measure of her affection. It is a rare thing, well hidden in the cold fortress of her mind, and it is precious.
Together, we can have our vengeance on those who infected us. Rest well, and keep your wits about you. Tomorrow, we go to war with the cult of the Absolute. It is not noble, it is necessary. If we do not destroy the cultists, they will destroy everything. We are all that stands between this world and annihilation. And while you live, you'll be enslaved to your appetites and hungers. We all feed on something, and if we are deprived of it, we will fight for it. But Astarion is not only bound to his needs and desires, he is still bound to something more powerful. His master, he will only be free when Cazador is dead. And that is as it should be. When the time comes, we must hope that he does not only take Cazador's long life, but the power that has sustained him as well. It would have been better for us had she embraced Shah and claimed the power of the goddess. But it is better for Shadowheart to be free of that poisonous influence. The very concept of Sharan worship is self-indulgent. They would have you think every whispered word and hidden thought is of value, but it is not so. I have performed 1,000 interrogations, squeezing out the most guarded secrets held in heart, mind, and soul. I can tell you this. When the trivial parts have been whittled away and I have sifted through what remains, in most cases, a person amounts to nothing at all. There are those within Menzoberranzan that we call Khalith Carthan, those driven by blood. They are the mad, lost to all reason, and subservient to nobody. Even Lolth, malicious and brutal as she is, cannot abide them. They kill, and cannot say why. So they are destroyed for the greater good. When you speak to me of yearning and urges to kill, I fear you are like them, controlled by a bloodlust that you do not comprehend. I would kill you without hesitation. But for you to even speak of this to me shows that if there is a madness in you, it does not own you yet. If it ever takes you, I will be there to put you down. I must ask you something. First, let me make it clear that I do not object to the killing of Isabel, or the loss of Last Light. But I do not understand why you killed the cleric. I see. The end does justify the means. Be that as it may, I would prefer if you informed me of your intentions before striking in future.
You've turned your back on our chosen in the most heinous way, and our retribution will be terrible!
There will be no retribution, Zrel. Only vengeance, and that shall be mine. I will never tire of sitting on dead men's thrones. Power always has. But I shall not get too comfortable here. I know one of them all too well. Baal's bloodletter, Orin. To think, I thought her to be speaking for the Absolute. I worshipped that woman. Jealous? You needn't be. When Orin is in my hands, her agony will nourish me. She is the Iblis who indoctrinated me with the Absolute's lies. Orin held me down in a cocoon of flesh, while a mind flayer forced a parasite into my brain.
and she laughed at my fear. I will find her. I will murder her. And I will smile. It is as if you read my mind. Perhaps you did. In killing Ketheric, we fractured the cult's leadership. When we break the other Chosen and claim their Netherstones, we can take control. If anyone can succeed, it is us. We have the prism, and we have the courage to slay gods. We may fail, but we must try. The power of the enslaved Elder Brain could reshape the world. We could reshape the world. And then we will need no gods. We will be their equal. We will be absolute. We have a purpose and a bond. By my oath, I will fight with you while that purpose holds. There is yet one thing about you that troubles me, though. Something I need you to explain. When we killed the tieflings at the Grove, I was not in control of my actions. You do not have that excuse. So I ask you, why? Why kill them? I'm flattered. Will you be bringing dead rats and birds to my tent, now that we share a camp? I jest, but it is as good a reason as any. I have done much more foolish things to win the respect of far inferior people. You wish to consult me? Tell me, or show me. My mind is open to you.
Exposed to the limitless horror of your dreadful imagination, Minthara's mind buckles, snaps, and then burns hot. She absorbs every detail, whether memory or dream, and drinks deep of them. You sense a desire in her equal in strength to your darkest urge.
Elgor, Doktak, Slayer. There are many names for you, and all of them inspire dread. You are exquisite. I know. We must find the Temple of Baal, slaughter Orin, and claim your inheritance.
And beats in pleasure. It is an honor to behold. Many pass through our lives, their touch rippling across time. But who does Minthara admire the most?
Please. I'd rather spend my nights with a Drider than that do-gooder and his pussy cat. Without Lolth or the Absolute, I am free for the first time. Some may call it exile. I call it independence. I had always kept my heart hidden, but I allowed you to see it. To see me. It saddens me that you saw a stranger instead. Are we finished? You were only mildly disappointing. Well done. I do not understand why the matrons, patriarchs, of the city do not open their gates to the refugees. I was not suggesting they be allowed to roam free. They should be put to work. The city needs laborers and fodder to protect it. Yes. And if they work hard enough for long enough, the city might allow them to earn their freedom one day.
We were about to make a bit of extra cash before you butted in. You owe the guild a cut.
Is the little dog trying to intimidate us? If it continues to bark, I will snap its neck. He wants what we want. Orin dead, and the Elder Brain subjugated. An alliance would serve us well. Your past is revealed to us, chosen of Baal. How does it feel to know who you truly are? Good. We will both have our vengeance on Orin. All that we need argue about is which one of us has the pleasure of opening her throat. Once she is dead, we can seize control not only of the Temple of Baal, but the cult of the Absolute as well. You helped to create this conspiracy. That means you may be the best person to help us control it, and the key to our victory. True. His mistake was choosing the wrong allies. Ketheric was reliant on his god instead of his own strength, and Orin does not understand power and control. Only blood. Perhaps you should rule in his place. Your choice of allies is exemplary, after all. Together, we can teach this city to fear us, and that is just the beginning. When we have all 3 Netherstones and control the Elder Brain, all of Faerun will have reason to fear us. Murder, oppression, conspiracies. This city has its charms, after all. I am glad you recognized the benefits of that approach. If he proves troublesome, we can always kill him later, when his guard is down. Ominous, yet austere. This place has its charms.
We're both learning a lot. Khazad-dûr kept this place all to himself.
I do not blame him. It is not the sort of place servants or spawn should sully with their presence.
Exposed to the limitless horror of your dreadful imagination, Minthara's mind buckles, snaps, and then burns hot. She absorbs every detail, whether memory or dream, and drinks deep of them. You sense a desire in her equal in strength to your darkest urge.
Elghor, Doktak, Slayer. There are many names for you, and all of them inspire dread. You are exquisite.
Her mind touches yours, feather-light and hesitant. A stark contrast to the confidence with which her thoughts intruded on yours in the past.
Tonight, there will be no voices, no orders, no gods. I belong only to you.
Because with him, anything is possible. Way!
Just give the word and I will kill the clown. We would be praised as heroes. Am I indeed? Perhaps I will tell my favorite joke. It is about you bleeding to death. It was a beautiful webbing. While she lives, Orin will continue to terrorize us, and soon she will make good on her threats. She thinks we are weak, afraid, vulnerable. We need to prove her wrong. Yes. I only know it through history books and hearsay. A city of murder and grief. I expect it will live up to its legend. I am not on edge. I am alert, as you should be too. Orin could be anywhere, could be anyone. You see through my Minthara mask, pretty little flesh thing. A joke. I am no more Orin than you are. If she is watching, and she may well be, she will delight in seeing suspicion spread among us so quickly. We cannot let that happen. We need to watch over each other, now more than ever. We are free. No more gods or monsters. Except those of our own making. Why leave? Baldur's Gate will be desperate for new leadership. And who better than us to lend our assistance?
You glimpse the lifelong destiny promised by your father. Enslave, dominate, ruin. In your father's name, you must seize your rightful claim to the brain, not destroy it. If you do not, then he will flay and shred your mind, so it cannot even comprehend the horrors he will plague you with.
This is the moment, my love. The moment in which we make a new world for ourselves. You are glorious, my love. You have never been more beautiful.
Kill!